Buongiorno and welcome to another exciting edition of Meet Your Neighbor. My name is Ron Falconi. I had this idea back in the fall of, back in the fall of 2006, where I wanted to interview local politicians, local business people in our community, so all of you would have the opportunity to meet your neighbor. We have a very special guest today. He's my friend, and he is a candidate for Medina County Commissioner, and his name is Bill Hutson. Bill, welcome to the studios today.
Good morning, Ron. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing very well today.
Bill, can you tell me why do you want to be Medina County Commissioner?
My wife and my family and I moved to Medina County 23 years ago, and in the process of that, we looked at the possibility of living in different counties around the area, and we were taken by Medina County, by the people of Medina County, and by all of the amenities that Medina County has to offer. So we decided and we chose to live in Medina County, and my goal as a county commissioner is to make sure that we maintain those characteristics and
Sure.
preserve them for the future.
Okay. And part of maintaining those characteristics, in my view, would be like stuff dealing with economic development and taxes. Do you have a position on that?
Yes, I have been part of the Medina County Port Authority for over 10 years.
Okay.
And on the Medina County Economic Development Committee for quite a number of years. And statistics vary, but I understand that anywhere from 55 to 70% of the working folks in Medina County leave the county to go for employment.
Right.
I would like to see that changed. I would like to see more employment and more businesses in Medina County to shore up the tax base. And provide revenue for the county and for all the governmental services that folks consume, but just to keep employment here in the county.
Employment here in the county. So how do you think that that a commissioner affects the lives of everyday people here?
Well, I think that's a great example. Ron, if we can develop more businesses here and keep folks in the county from an employment perspective, that saves them time and it helps the environment because they're not traveling as far. So they have more time to enjoy quality of life inside Medina County, to enjoy the parks and all the other amenities that the county has to offer.
Okay. What do you see as some of the biggest issues facing the county today?
I think one of the principal issues is how do we deal with trash?
Okay.
It has been
let's talk trash.
a source of consternation for the county for many years.
Okay.
When my family moved here, we were mesmerized by the recycling program that the county had. They had a central processing facility, and our what we understood was that 100% of the trash that we threw out at the curb got recycled. And come to find out in the last couple of years, that was not the case. Okay. Less than 15% was actually recycled. And so now the county is redoing its solid waste plan. They have a committee that has been formed to do that.
Yes.
And I believe that we need to have a plan that addresses the cost issues, because we can't pay unlimited costs, but yet drives a high recycling rate. Okay. And my hope for the committee is that they come up with a plan that fits all aspects of the county, all the various constituents in the county, and provides collection of our trash at a reasonable cost. Yes. and a high degree of recycling for the trash.
Okay. Well, obviously, besides talking trash, can you give me maybe two other things that you'd like to do for the county if you are elected?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think we need to continue to drive economic development.
Okay.
And we need to make sure that our Economic Development Corporation and the Port Authority are well funded and are producing the results that we expect. The other issue that is facing our county is the heroin epidemic.
Yes.
In fact, I just read in the paper today that over the weekend, just in Wadsworth alone, the police used Narcan 9 times to save individuals that had overdosed. And we need to make sure that we have a very good working relationship between all the various agencies, the courts, law enforcement that can impact and affect this area.
Oh, no. I agree with you 100%. Bill, can you tell me maybe something about your educational background?
Yes. I graduated from Ferris State University in Michigan and then went to Capital University Law School down in Columbus. Graduated from law school, have been practicing law for 25 years now.
What are your areas of specialty?
I do a lot of estate planning, probate work, and a lot of contract work for businesses. So I have a number of clients that are small business owners that I work on everything from real estate purchases and sales to lease arrangements to construction contracts and any number of different type of contractual arrangements.
Okay. Is your office here in Medina County?
It's located in Medina, just off the square.
Just off the square. Okay. And tell me about your family.
Laura and I have 2 boys.
Okay.
We've been married for 33 years now.
Wow.
Our oldest son is a West Point graduate and is currently stationed down at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Just down in the
Dayton area.
Okay.
Our younger son worked on Capitol Hill for 2 different senators, then became a lobbyist in D.C. and is presently in law school at the University of Richmond.
Wow.
And we're very fortunate. We have 2 grandchildren, a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Bill, how did you get involved in politics? What made you interested in this?
I've always had an interest in it for many, many years.
Okay.
I've been the law director for the Village of Westfield Center for 19 years, and have dealt with the politics throughout the county in various ways through that role.
I'm sorry, are you still the law director there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes. I've been, again, the law director there for 19 years, and have worked on a whole host of governmental type issues. Again, public employment, contracts, just a whole host, open meetings, and many things that have direct application to the county commissioner role.
Oh, okay. Bill, can you tell me some of the things that you like to do for fun?
Yes, we like to bike, and we have bikes and ride them principally on short distances around the village, and we use Buckeye Woods quite a lot to ride, and we visit our family as much as we can. Again, our son currently is stationed at Wright-Patterson. He was in Seattle before that, and then our other son is in Richmond. So we spend a lot of time traveling back and forth to see family, and we both have family still in Michigan, so we go back there occasionally.
Okay. Bill, for every guest on the show, I like to play a game of fill in the blank, okay? When I was a child, I blank.
When I was a child, I spent a lot of time out on the lake, enjoying the lake. We lived, again, on a lake in northern Michigan. And so one of the other things that we enjoy doing is boating, and it's largely because of that. I spent a lot of time outside with hunting and different outside activities.
That's wonderful. What about the one place I want to travel to but haven't yet is blank?
Tahiti.
Tahiti, wow.
Yes.
Okay. I've never been there before. Why Tahiti?
Kind of an exotic place.
Okay.
I've talked to several friends that have been there. South Pacific just sounds like a wonderful place to go visit.
Yes.
Laura and I are fairly well traveled. We've been to Europe, we've been to China, and different places around the world. That just seems to be a place of intrigue for us.
I've never been to China before. What is that like?
It's different.
I can imagine.
It's a very interesting country, very large country.
Where did you go? Did you go to just Beijing, or
we went to Shanghai, Beijing, and then our son at the time was going to the University of Nanjing, and so it was a kind of a 10-day trip, and we went from place to place, saw the Great Wall, and a lot of the touristy type activities, but also got to see some of the newly urbanized areas, and it's very interesting how China is developing.
Oh, I can imagine. Yes. What about when I retire, I blank?
When I retire, I would like to build a wooden boat.
A wooden boat?
Yes. I have a 1964 Chris Craft, which is an all mahogany boat, and I love to do woodworking, and I would very dearly much like to try to recreate one of the older 1940s, 1950s types of Chris Crafts.
That's interesting. Well, Bill, do you have any neighborly advice for people who are watching right now in Brunswick or Brunswick Hills, or perhaps people watching on the internet?
Yes, Medina is a wonderful place to live. I think that as residents and as commissioners and politicians and folks that are leading the county, we need to make sure that we preserve that atmosphere, and just keep it a great place to live.
Bill Hutson, candidate for Medina County Commissioner, thank you so much for coming down and coming up here to Brunswick and chatting with us.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for having me.
My name is Ron Falconi, and I am host of Meet Your Neighbor. I just wanted to thank Bill Hutson, candidate for Medina County Commissioner, for coming out to the studios today and telling us about his campaign. I doubt there's anything more profound to be said. My name is Ron Falconi, and I am signing off. Arrivederci.